The Road to the CFR is presented by the Edmonton Destination Marketing Hotels, Northlands, the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, and iLink Media Group in partnership with Travel Alberta. Well, Edmonton Destination Hotel is going to bring us the bareback riding as we get ready for our first championship event. And we've talked about it. There's Kyle Bowers atop the board, Matt Late. We met those guys earlier. 48 cents separating those two outstanding Cowboys. But let's not rule out Jake Vold. Despite that injury, he's been very, very tough at these finals. Logan Hodson and Clint Lay as well. I don't know, Doug. Where do you go?
Well, there's 7 more names that should be on the bottom of that list. There's 12 competitors here in each of the individual events. On any of the Cowboys that are here today and any of the Cowgirls in the barrel racing could win the round today. It's completely possible. We've loaded the horses today for the bareback riding. They're standing in the chutes right now, and it reads like a who's who in the bareback riding for bucking horses, Dave.
Well, let's take another look, and we talk about the money and that $11,000, $467 for first, and it all comes down, as you and I have talked about, that aggregate and how important that aggregate is, and it's very, very tight in that department as well in the bareback riding. There's Matt Late, 423 points on 5 rides. Kyle Bowers right behind him, 4 points back. He has the 48-second advantage, or 48-cent advantage, but I'll tell you what, it's very, very close in the aggregate. And there's Clint Lay. He's right there as well. He's had a very solid, although quiet, maybe we haven't celebrated his finals as much as we should. Clint Lay's been tough.
Today, Matt Late has a horse called Mucho Dinero. That one comes from the Vold Rodeo Company. And Kyle Bowers has a horse called Special Delivery from the Calgary Stampede. And it is entirely possible that those Cowboys could buck down off of those horses. And here comes Clint Lay right up through there to win the bareback riding today.
Well, you talk about Mucho Dinero. The interesting thing there is Matt Late has the horse today. Kyle Bowers had that same horse back on Friday because, of course, the stock that we see today on Championship Sunday is the same pen of bareback horses, saddle broncs, and bulls that we saw back on Friday night, and that was a spectacular pen of bucking horses and bulls. That's what we're going to see today. And back on Friday, Kyle Bowers had Mucho Dinero, the horse that Matt's got today, and he was 86.75, so we know that's a great horse. Special Delivery, it doesn't get any better than that. A great graded coconut offspring out of a great mare called Zippy Delivery. And you talk about Special Delivery, that's going to be another great matchup. But, you know, yeah, we can focus on those two guys, and we should and we will. But you're right. There's a whole bunch of great, great Cowboys in this bareback riding. They've battled throughout the season, and they're going to be putting their best on the line today as well, including that man, Dusty LaValle, who's got 4 Canadian championships to his credit. He's just one of so many great bareback riders.
He's ready to go by the looks of it. You know, rodeo is such a unique blend of our North American heritage and modern professional sport. We never see something like this in the world of professional sport. Cowboys using the skills that they would use on a ranch in a competitive atmosphere. That's the neat thing about it. Those are our bareback horses loaded down there. We can see the Cowboys standing on the back of the chutes, getting ready to go. They've got their gloves on their hands already. It looks as though the tack is on the bareback horses already. And Dave, they use a bareback rigging today. You know all about the bareback rigging.
Well, the bareback rigging, of course, is made out of rawhide. It's attached to a leather pad, and that's strapped onto the horse. And you wedge that gloved hand. You can see it right there with all that rosin on there. You wedge that into that bareback rigging, and that handhold, the seat of your wranglers and the heels of your boots are the only contact points you're going to have with that horse during the course of that 8-second ride. Hey, you know what? Michael Solberg, who is going first today, kind of got the monkey off his back last night. Made a great ride, 84.25, and got his first check out of the deal. And that's nice to see, a $5,500 check for third. Today, he's got a Calgary Stampede horse called Twin Cherry. There's what we talked about. You get that hand in there. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes it's a very difficult job getting it out so you can get off on the pickup man.
Well, you know what? Bareback riding is the family sport for the Solberg family. Michael's father, Jim, was one of our best bareback riders. Now, the horse today is from the Calgary Stampede. This is a horse called Twin Cherry. This horse is being selected for the Canadian Finals Rodeo before. When that gate opens, the Cowboy has 8 seconds to show us what he can do. The judges will adjudicate the ride. There's the look of determination. Nods his head as we are outside going to work. There's the markout rule that we talked about today in the bareback riding. Show me the money. He is loose and cool. He's struggling today, Dave. Whoa.
Well, it wasn't a whole lot of control right there, and that's a tough horse. But the other factor that's starting to play in is these guys are starting to feel a little beat up after 5 performances, especially as we talked about in the bareback riding, made them by far, I think, the most physically demanding event in our sport. Watch Michael right here. Gets off to a pretty good start, but might have missed him out right there, or either that or that free hand came down, perhaps in contact with the horse. In any event, he was disqualified, so no score to start it off. Not the way we wanted Michael Solberg's week to end at the Canadian Finals Rodeo. No score for a very good cowboy, I guarantee you. He'll be back in 2014, ready to go.
That's right, he's a tough guy. It's amazing the punishment they take in the bareback riding, ride after ride, day after day. We can see the next of our cowboys coming over the buck chute right now. This is the wild man, we like to call him. He is from Seven Persons, Alberta. This is Reed Rowan we're talking about. And he is certainly not a beginner at the Canadian Finals Rodeo. He's at his 8th Canadian Finals Rodeo. And a horse called Coppercat today from Kessler Championship Rodeo. The Kesslers raised this horse. The folks at the CFR Rodeo newspaper did a feature on this bucking horse right here.
Well, this is a neat horse right here, and a darn good cowboy. You know, the thing about him, it's just wrong. He has not won any money so far. This guy is too good for that to happen. I don't want him to be blank through 6 rounds. Let's see what he can do on the Coppercat.
Let's get $11,470, but you got to turn in the best mark of the day. Now get your hand into the bareback rigging. We've got that done. Get back down in there. Now watch the feet. Let's get them out over the points of that horse's shoulders. The more you turn your toes out during the ride, the better the judges like it. We've got our Wrangler Pro official standing alongside. I think we got that mark out rule done. Hang on, cowboy. Horse is going to work. This is a bucking horse stallion. This one is very, very athletic. Cowboys got it done. Looked as though he did have control throughout the ride, Dave.
I liked it. I like what Reed Rowan did right there. And he is the wild man. He is such a character. It's a lot of fun to have him involved in our sport. Reed Rowan doing a nice job right there on Coppercat. Let's see if we can get him to the pay window today. Let's watch it one more time. Good mark out right there, having those heels of the boots over the points of his shoulders. And then he worked really hard along with Coppercat. Nice job right there by Reed Rowan. Hey, how about this? 84 and a half. Half the points for the cowboy, half for the horse. Nice job, Reed Rowan.
Well, let's take him right to the top of the class, but I don't think it's a day that 84 and a half is going to hold him in that position very long. Here comes one of our youngsters in the world of bareback riding. Here comes an all-around cowboy from Bowden, Alberta. This is Kai Marshall, the bareback riding tie-down roper. Today he's got an exceptional horse. This is the horse of the year this year in Canadian Professional Rodeo in the bareback riding from the Vold Rodeo Company, a little brown mare that they call True Grit. She's not very big like the cowboy. They are very, very well matched today. She is hard out of there. Hang on, Kai Marshall. Let's make the ride. Well, we got it going now. We got it tapped off. We look good. From about the 3-second mark on, that cowboy looked as though he's unbeatable today, David.
Boy, he did make a nice ride. And Kai Marshall, another one of the guys who hasn't won any money so far, very much in contention for the all-around, in second place there, right behind Travis Rie, but needs to make some money right here because he's been blanked so far. 82 points. 82 for Kai Marshall. Nice job. Second spot on the board right now.
The cowboy judges look for the cowboy to show us what he can do for a full 8 seconds, and for the first 3 seconds or so, that cowboy is a little out of control. That is reflected in the score of 82. Down inside, the cowboy we're looking at is Logan Hodson. He comes from Telco, British Columbia. He comes into this round of rodeo 4th in the standings, and what a great horse. We love this horse. They were 87 points on this horse to win second in one of our go-rounds already. This is the very exciting street dance from Kessler's. This horse can take you to a winning ride. Dave, what are you thinking about right now as a bareback rider? What's going on in your mind out there? We know you've done this.
Well, the thing about it is you want to start well. And he does right there. Has those feet right where he wanted them. And I'll tell you, this is such a great horse. And Logan Hodson getting along very well with Street Dance right there. Matt Late had the horse earlier, and as you pointed out, he had a mess of points to win around. Logan Hodson has been very, very consistent at these finals. Logan has been one of those guys who is very much on our aggregate board and very solid there, as a matter of fact. So let's see how he placed right here. How about 86 points to take the lead? Nice job. Nice job right there.
All right, that's Logan. A good job right there. Back up in the order, back to the buck chutes as the Cowboys get ready for our next rider. This time we take you to Manitoba's cowboy. This is Colin Adams getting ready to ride down in there with the hand in the bareback rigging. He's had a good finals rodeo here. This is his second time to the Canadian Finals Rodeo. A horse called Shadow Warrior today from the Calgary Stampede string of bucking horses. There's a lot of these warrior horses in here today from the Calgary Stampede. They all buck like this. These are colts, the great graded coconut right here. Looked as though Manitoba was more than up to it today. We might even take him toward the lead. Hang on, Colin. Here come our pickup men alongside. Oh, tough way down today. They're not scored for that. It's the 8 seconds they're on the back of the bucking horse, and that looks good. The score will be coming in 84.5 for Colin Adams. 84.5.
Put him in a 2-3 split alongside Reed Rowan in that 2-3 position, and Logan Hodson is right there at 86 points, still leading the way. Those two guys in second and third. Well, how about Luke Creasy? I did not expect to see Luke Creasy today after last night when he kind of got hung up in a bareback horse for a whole long time. Struggled to get him out of there. His hand was swollen up after last night. Got a horse called Makeup Face from the Bar C5 outfit. Not going to get any easier today for Cool Hand Luke.
This is a wild bucking horse right here from Bar C5 in the McDonald's up in northern Alberta. This horse is very exciting. If this horse has her day about midway through, we're going to see this horse kind of stop back up and blow the cork right about there. Outside and away we go. Horse is out there and hard. Now right here we get some altitude. Look at Luke go to work. This looks good. He's weathered the storm. Attaboy, and we know that body has got to be sore. Luke, we're going to take our hats off to you. Good job today, Cowboy.
You know, he got out of there a little quicker because I think he needed to get off that horse as quickly as he could because the pressure on that hand when it's swollen about twice its normal size and it's stuffed into that bareback ring, it makes it awfully tough. So he's in with 80 1/4. Nice job right there. I'm proud of that guy and how tough he is. 80.25 for Luke Creasy.
That's one of our great Canadian horses right there. We'll watch for that horse at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo this year. Clint Lay, Cadogan, Alberta inside. He has got a shot at the title, but he has got to do well today aboard Calgary Stampede's Princess Warrior. This looks good. There, that's a spur stroke, David, right there. Good, Clint. Help is on the way. 83.75 for Clint Lay. That looks good.
All right, well, we know where Clint's sitting. Now let's get to Caleb Bennett. He's got the horse called Trail Dust as the Utah man. And Caleb Bennett has been very, very solid throughout the course of the season. $100,000 winner at the Calgary Stampede. Getting ready right now on that Calgary Stampede horse, Trail Dust. This is one of the favorites of the folks at the Calgary Stampede, and with good reason. Of course, that 22,000-acre ranch where they raise great bucking horses, including the Trail Dust. Watch this. I like this matchup as we get set right now for Caleb Bennett and Trail Dust. Okay.
This Utah Cowboy is solid in the aggregate thus far. He's covered all his horses this year at the Canadian Finals Rodeo, but he's only won about $11,600. Now that hand is tight down inside the bareback limit. That free arm cannot touch down during the ride. We are outside and going to work. We're going to watch for this guy at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in a couple of weeks. That's a bareback riding battle right there. Nice job.
Trail Dust was sensational. We're going to look at this again. Watch this horse get high in the air, drop out of there on that front end, kick high over the backside. That was just a great trip from the horse. And Caleb Bennett got along very nicely with Trail Dust. Look at this horse. That horse is so athletic, so strong. How about 83 3/4 for Caleb Bennett? So he is on the board as well.
Look at that smile. Attaboy, Utah. We liked it. Good deal. Now back to one of our Canadians. He's warming up in the buck chutes. We saw him today prior to rodeo time. I don't think there's any way in the world you're going to worry this guy when it comes to rodeo competition. This is Dusty LaValle from Bezanson, Alberta. Dave, I haven't seen this cowboy come down off a horse all year long.
Well, it probably hasn't happened since about 1976. He just does not get bucked up. Look at how calm he is right there, having a little smile, a little chat with the guys as he gets ready on Stampede Warrior. This is absolutely a sensational bucking horse right here. You can get the big money, the big points, if you do everything right. And I'll tell you, Dusty LaValle does everything right more times than not. That's real nice right there on the Stampede Warrior. Look at the 4 times Canadian title holder getting the job done right there.
He is a strong, good-looking cowboy. Here come the pickup man. That's Gary Rempel along beside him. We'll get that horse lined out down the wall. We'll get the hand out of the bareback rigging. Cowboy gets on off of there, and the crowd will give him a hand today for a good performance. 84.5 is the adjudication for that. That'll put him in the order of the top 5 today, and we pay the top 5 cowboys money in each of our go-rounds. We pay out just a little over $200,000 a day here.
There's 3 guys now sitting on 84.5, all of them trailing Logan Hodson, who still leads the way, 86 with his ride on Street Dance, as we get ready right now to Jake Vold. Now we're getting to the guys who have a shot at that championship. Jake Vold is one of them. Alley Trail, great Kessler horse. Anytime you see that word Alley in the name of a Kessler horse, you know we're going back to the great Alley Cat, a great sire, great bucking horse in his own right. Jake Vold with that broken bone in his hand, but it's not going to hamper this guy because he's just so tough and so dedicated. You watch how hard he's going to come out and try to get the job done on Alley Trail. Knows he's still got an outside shot at a championship, and Jake Vold working real hard right there. You know what? I just so admire that guy for the amount of try. He's battled those injuries, and Katie Lucas talked to him about it before the show today, and I'll tell you something, he just never, ever quits. That's just not part of his vocabulary. We're going to set him down and get that score coming in for Jake Vold.
I think Jake can proudly hold his head up for a great 2013 rodeo year. He finished it off just right, 82.5, 82.5 on the Alley Trail today.
Well, we get to this.
Yeah.
We get to this. We've talked about it. We've set it up. And Matt Late is getting ready on Mucho Dinero.
This is a wild one right here. This one comes from the Vold Rodeo Company, and this horse is exceptional. This is a great gray bucking horse this time. This is a horse of a different color, and this is a young horse. This horse is only 5 years old. They've already been 86.75 on this horse. But this rodeo to win second, that would take us to a winning ride today. Matt Late is riding for the championship. The gray horse goes to work, David.
Oh my, look at this. Look at this. Matt Late, Mucho Dinero. The horse was everything he could have wanted, and Matt Late didn't waste the opportunity. Oh my, you know, and we've talked about how great he was throughout 2013. There he is safely on the ground, Matt. I'll tell you, great finale to a great season. Great finale to a great season. Let's watch it one more time. That horse was exceptional today. That's as good as it gets. Matt, how many points we going to see on the board for this cowboy?
What a ride. Matt Late did not disappoint. He's maintained.
How about 88 1/4? Keenan Vine, his buddy over there from the CPRA, saying you did what you had to do. But it's not over, because Kyle Bowers, second in the aggregate, has to come in here and absolutely has to be lights out on special delivery. And the great thing about this stallion is you can be lights out on this bucking horse. Kyle Bowers getting ready right now. Knows what he has to do. He's a 3 times champion. Can he be 4 times champion? Look at this. Special delivery going to be sensational as well. Kyle Bowers is giving it everything he has got, and that was pretty doggone good. That was absolute. You know what? You set it up. You hope the drama's there after you talk about these 2 great guys. They did not let us down.
Oh, I don't want to be a rodeo judge today, David. How do you score that?
No, sir. Kyle Bowers did exactly what we wanted him to do. It was spectacular. He's in at 87 points. 87. Now, we talked about that aggregate earlier, but that was absolutely sensational in the bareback riding. And I'm not even going to talk about who won. We're going to the computer to sort that out. Katie Lucas will visit with our champion a little bit later on. And of course, the bareback riding was brought to us by our good friends at Edmonton Destination Hotels. And have we ever set the scene with Matt Late taking that victory lap? We'll wonder if he's going to get a gold buckle as well. Oh my.